on where you are watching me from. My name is Mrs. PHILOMINA OGOKE, the Director of Life Foundations program. This afternoon, we are going to talk about children learning styles. Over the years of educational research, experts have discovered that children learn in different ways. They have different learning styles. What actually is learning styles? Learning style is how learners receive, how they perceive, how they understand, and how they express, recall, and retain new knowledge. It is basically how they learn. When we say learning style, we are talking about how a child, a pupil, or a student learns. And that is what we are going to briefly look at. We have 4 predominant learning styles. One is visual, second one is auditory, read or write, and then we have the kinesthetic learning style. When we talk about visual, we're talking about what we can see, what a child, what an adult can even see with his or eye. Then we talk about auditory, it is when you hear. How do you perceive or retain what you hear? How do you understand what you hear? Read and write. Some learn through reading. As they read, they are able to have it retained in the memory. And also when they write. Personally, for me, I love writing. I can write and write and write and write. When I do that, I look at the aesthetic. It's about doing. It's about hands-on. When you love doing things, action, moving. So how do we know when the kind of learning style a child has? You can identify a child's learning style by observation, by the child's actions, by the child's interest, and then the persistence. When a child loves doing a particular thing, a particular way, and you take time to observe how that child does the thing, then you'll be able to know how the child learns. You'll be able to say, okay, this is my child's learning styles. If you are a teacher, if you are a parent, and a student, you should be able to know how you learn best. Yes, for the children in primary school, they may not really understand, but then the parents and the teachers can help them. But for those who are teenagers in secondary school, you should be able to identify by yourself how you learn best. And when you do this, you will see that you will improve in your learning. Yeah. As a parent, we are actually touch bearer for our children. And that is why it is very important for us to know the learning style of our children. When you are able to identify your child's learning style, it will help that child to learn. Now, what are the importance of identifying this learning style? One is that it helps the children to study more and to learn better and be effective. It also helps, the children to be involved in co-curricular activities. If, for example, if you are able to identify that the child is a kinesthetic learner, you will help that child to do more of, action, hands-on, creativity. It does not really necessarily mean that when a child is maybe is an auditory learner, he cannot still do kinesthetic, but he would prefer to learn by listening. That is the auditory. He would prefer to learn by seeing. He learns better by seeing if it is visual. By visual, you're able to give the child, flashcards. You have objects that he can see with his own eyes, and then he's able to retain it in his memory. In conclusion, I want to encourage teachers, I want to encourage parents to try as much as possible to identify the learning styles of each child. When we do that, we are able to help them learn better and have good success in their education.